Good morning, Virgo men. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot, and Happy New Year's to you all. Okay, I'm going to go on and give you your romantic specific reading, letting you know the predominant woman or women energy or women that I kind of see coming towards you pretty much the entire year, okay? I'm going to be using my Lenormand's deck today, as you see illustrated here, which I've already shuffled, along with using a few other additional decks just to give you a bit of parting advice. So, gentlemen, before getting into the reading, I'm going to go on and just go on and look at these cards here and try to make a few general observations as to the woman or women or that's kind of coming towards you, or she may already be present, but pretty much her personality or the things that she might be even going through at this time. Okay. Gentlemen, she seems to be a very depressed or negative thinker type person, and it looks like her personality appears to be kind of draining. Okay, I'm feeling that she's quite attractive. She's even pleasant, um, and she might even be a leader or mentor or something of some sorts. But at times, her personality might come across a bit dry. She also appears to be in a bit of a crisis of some sorts, or somehow I'm kind of feeling that she's somewhat distressed or lonely, or she's kind of hurt about something, you know. But I do feel that she's quite charming and definitely sensitive. She appears to be even psychic, gentlemen. I'm saying that she's highly sexual. She seems to be very physically fit, I'm feeling. But she seems to be a bit of a workaholic, I'm feeling, and sneaky in some sense, or somewhat deceptive. And for some of you gentlemen, she might even be a famous person, or even perhaps even a scientist. Okay. I'm also feeling a sense of a recovery or something surrounding her, in or something in conjunction with a funeral or memorial of some sense. But I'm feeling a rebound that's going on with her, and some sort of an accident perhaps that may have occurred too. I'm also feeling that, again, getting back to the fact that her thinking seems to be quite depressed. I'm feeling somewhat suicidal, suicidal thoughts or pains or some type of grief that she's experiencing. Very emotional despair. Um, in her work, it feels to me that it might has been depressing her quite a bit. Some of you, or she might even be work in the funeral industry or a coroner of something since employed. Okay. I'm also feeling a sense that um, she's a bit whiny. She's very needy, um, and I'm feeling that I feel a lot of obsessiveness that's going on with her. But I do see that there's a sense of a fresh start that seems to be emerging or will emerge for her. Okay. So, gentlemen, let's go on and get started, okay? And go and examine the card that fell to the bottom of the deck here, okay? We have that letter card. So, gentlemen, this card is all about data and communication of all sorts. And the ruler of this card, gentlemen, is Mercury, and it connects us or draws our attention to air type signs. So, Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius. So, it certainly shows, gentlemen, that she's delicate built and quite communicative, and it also gives me a feeling or a sense that perhaps this relationship might be a bit long distance, or maybe an internet type connection, and she might even be certified or somewhat licensed in some type of a career field. I'm kind of getting a sense with with these cards. Okay, so moving right along to the next card, there we have that star card, and that says that this card is all about our future and our destiny. And the ruler of this card is Jupiter, and it connects us with air sign and water signs. Okay, so it says that this woman, might be well known and maybe a celebrity type figure, and she's very independent and creative. And usually with this card, gentlemen, her complexion is very, like beautiful, very clear, and her eyes are even sparkling, or she has sparkling eyes too. When you kind of see that card too. Looking at your next card there, that's the Fox card, gentlemen. And that card is all about our career and deception. And the ruler of this card, gentlemen, is Neptune, and it draws our attention to fire type signs, the Leo, the Aries, and Sag. So that shows a sense that she's somewhat sneaky and possibly a liar, even street smart with this card, gentlemen. And it just shows that she works a lot. And usually when you see this card too, she might even have freckles or reddish colors, skin tone, but she also might be somewhat um, short with this card, you know. But again, this shows a bit of a cheater or a detective of some sort, okay? That she might even work in that type of industry, okay? Gentlemen, let's go on and just move on to your next card here. We have that um, the moon card there, and that card, gentlemen, is all about our emotions and reputations, and it rules itself, of course, water, and it draws our attention to water signs. So it shows that, she's a seductress, it seems. She might even have fair or blonde coloring. And I'm feeling that she might be even, highly favored in her career and appears spiritual and quite creative. I'm also feeling a sense of a full face or a round eye and very moody and even perhaps pale um, type skin too when you're kind of seeing that card as well, gentlemen. Okay. So, gentlemen, let's move right along to your next card there. We have that whip card. Just to make a step back, and gentlemen, this card is all about arguments and separations. And the ruler of this card, or rulers, are Mars and Pluto, and it draws our attention, gentlemen, to water and fire type signs. So, of course, the water is the Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and fire, once again, Leo, Sag, and Aries. So that shows that she's very attractive, even well, and she's very attractive, and it shows that you probably have good sex with her, but she appears to be somewhat violent and might even be a bit, addicted to something like drugs or alcohol. Okay, but I'm feeling that she's very, very, very competitive, and you kind of see that card there. Okay, gentlemen, let's look at your next card there. We have that um, coffin card. And gentlemen, this card is all about negative things, and its ruler is Pluto, and it draws our attention once again back to fire and earth type signs. So she might be a bit sick, depressed, bitter, possibly, as I suggested, someone from your past, and she might be, an archaeologist, a coroner, or even, gentlemen, with this card, an undertaker of some sort. Moving right along to your next card here, gentlemen, we have the bouquet. And gentlemen, this card is all about happiness and beauty. And the ruler of this card is Venus, and it kind of connects us with earth and air type signs. So this woman is quite charming, I'm feeling, and perhaps has a great smile, and she's exotic looking, attractive. Even she might even be a model, a makeup artist or a designer of some sort. But I'm kind of seeing blonde, light brown hair. When you're kind of looking at that card, brings up the types of light features that you tend to see, okay? Let's move right along, gentlemen, and just, look at your next card there. We have the sit or the sight. And gentlemen, this card is all about our emotional rejections and all about really emotional rejections and separations. And the ruler, gentlemen, of this card is Mars. And it kind of draws our attention to air and earth type signs. So that certainly says that she's very analytical, and gentlemen, more than likely she's probably to you will find that she's somewhat hurtful to you in times. Has a very quick or feisty type mouth, and she's very judgmental. Okay, when you're kind of seeing this card, and gentlemen, she could even possibly be a dentist, or she might even be involved in some type of dress work or make dresses, or she might even be a soldier or war victim, even too with this card, okay? But she seems kind of scarred in some way. Gentlemen, let's look at your next card there. We have that, the last card in this reading, we have that cross card, gentlemen. That card is all about our anxieties, and, it creates a lot of worries and tension. And the rulers of this card are Pluto and, in fact, Neptune. And again, it calls our attention to fire type signs. So it shows that, she's depressed and sad, and as I suggested, maybe sick and a little guilty about something, and she's very needy and whining. So she might even be an examiner, and even very, like I said, it's very spiritual. So, guys, as I said, and working in concert with those cards, I decided to add a few other additional cards to give you a few parting advice. And one of the cards selected came from Doreen's Virtuous Romance Angels deck. And guys, this card is asking you to release your ex, because it's kind of telling you that perhaps this has been holding you back. You need to get rid of the past so that you can be able to kind of move forward successfully in the future. Because this would allow you to be a bit happier, you know. And another thing that I wanted to do, I went along and just, added, as I said, another card. And I use Colette's Baron's Reed deck, and I selected a card, the Wisdom of the House of Night. And the card that came up was Cycles, and it certainly shows that whatever you're going through, you're going to have to repeat it over again. So it's asking you to kind of plan carefully, and be clear about, how you want to move forward as it relates to your romantic situation. Okay. I also selected another card from Doreen's Virtues deck, Healing with the Angels card, and the card selected was music. So this angel is kind of telling you guys that perhaps you might want to immerse yourself more so in music, because music kind of takes away the pain sometimes that we're feeling, and just kind of just engross yourself in musical play, or do something with a musical instrument, or something that perhaps maybe you may have been longing to do that you have yet to do. Okay. I've also decided to select a card from uh, Doreen's Virtues deck, the Fairies, and the card that appears here is Beauty. So, gentlemen, this is saying to you that, try to kind of appreciate, your own attractiveness, because when you do so, it would make you a bit more happy and satisfied, you know, and it's asking you to really, really appreciate yourself, and don't really put yourself down, and love yourself a bit more, perhaps, than what you've been accustomed to doing. Okay. And finally, but certainly not least, decided to select another card from Doreen's Virtual deck, the Magical Unicorn. And the card selected is You Are Gifted. So, guys, this is certainly telling you that perhaps, if you're not aware of it, you are so talented and very educated, and some of you are very intelligent. And understand that you should try to find a different way of kind of doing things to make your life a bit better. And this card is kind of telling you really to use your head. Okay? So, guys, this is really what I have for you. And again, this reading is valid until the end of this year. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought for you. And, guys, as always, I look forward to hearing your comments. If this reading has, in fact, resonated with you, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you have yet to subscribe, please take a few moments to do so now. And, gentlemen, if you'd like to have a personal reading, you can certainly contact me at WAT61073@gmail.com. Do enjoy your day, and I certainly look forward to hearing your comments. Thanks a lot.